Okay, hi everyone, just a quick video today to support your asynchronous work, as Ant is going to be off this week as some of his family members have got COVID, so he is isolating. So I just want to do a quick video tutorial walkthrough guide of a little bit more on the next step of your case study that you are building. So we should have all made some really good progress on this so far. I know you guys worked hard with Ant last week, so thanks for that. So we should have all something that looks like this. We've got our our client record. We've got our client name. So in this case, I just said, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, 35-ish, football striker. Hopefully somebody that we all know. You should have some nice detail about your client here, about their personality, how they cope with their athletic skills. So how do they cope with adversity? Are they coachable? Do they struggle with concentration? Do they what's their confidence like? Are they kind of motivated by achievement, or are they motivated by need to avoid failure? All these kind of things. We've now kind of used these to build a bit of a picture of our athlete. We've got scat tests and whatnot in there as well. What you should have hopefully got onto with Ant last week is kind of a bit more of a psychological needs analysis of the sport and of your athlete. So it's entirely up to you what you put down. Quick little search will help you. There's some good references in your unit manual, but again, it's all stuff that we've kind of talked about and thought about before. But if we think about football, you might think, well, aggression, patience, thinking under pressure, confidence, emotional control, motivation, teamwork. And then what we say, if we were building the sort of what's the gold standard, what's the sort of the ultimate level here for a professional footballer. So aggression, well, they need some aggression, but they don't need to be overly aggressive, so maybe we score that as a 5. Need to be nice and patient, so maybe we need an 8 there, maybe it's 9, thinking under pressure, etc, etc. And it's up to you really, kind of how you want to put this in. And then here, this is where the client would kind of rate themselves now. So if we think as a footballer, as a general, we probably need to be about a 5 out of 10 on the aggression scale. Well, Zlatan currently rates himself at about a 9 out of 10. So we kind of identify that he's probably a little bit too aggressive, so that might be a weakness that we pick up on later on down the line. Also linking to that about patience, we need to be about an 8 on the patience scale. Zlatan has scored himself about a 1 here, so again, this is something that we need to kind of maybe address with our psychological skills program. On the flip side, we've also got for confidence, probably need to be about a 7 out of 10 on a confidence scale, and Zlatan is obviously a 10. Emotional control has rated himself an 8, so we can. This is just a sort of an example, but we can start to pick out, well, motivation and teamwork, he scored himself a 5, he needs to be a 10. We can start to pick these ideas up for things that we're going to support him to work on. So with that, all you're going to do is looking at that scale that you've done, pick it apart, pick out what are the things that he's scoring well at, what are the things that your client is scoring bad at. And that's kind of the end of this sort of analysis bit. What we're now going to do is take that and start to develop this kind of psychological skills training program. So I'll send this file through to you all, guys. You should have it all in your email folders, and I'll put a copy on ALO for you as well. But now what we're going to do is like that. What we've identified the needs of this client. What is the aim of this program? So improve control of emotions, reduce aggressive emotional outbursts at opponents and team members. They're going to have 3 objectives, so reduce aggression, improve motivation, improve teamwork skills. Set your client some SMART targets, and then we're going to come through, and this is where we're going to start to think about what are we actually going to get our client to do. So psychological factor 1, this is for me, I'm just putting here aggression. Now you've got lots of space to think about what techniques you're going to get your client to use. Someone will say, right, we're going to get them to do a breathing technique. So when he feels anger, he's going to pause, take 5 deep relaxing breaths, and count to 5. Excuse me. you guys have got loads of space to write about a whole different range of techniques. And then we're coming down to our sort of actual training program. So psychological factor, we're going to say what activity are we going to do in this first week of his training block. So what he's going to do is he's going to do 5 deep breaths, and we expect to see you fill out this with a little bit more detail. This is just to kind of give you a bit of a template to move forward from. What you're going to do is you're going to provide a good solid explanation of exactly what it is that you want him to do. And I can just see my spelling is a bit rubbish here, so let's just fix that for you. And then we're going to provide a justification. So you can think about kind of what, how, and why. So our justification, we might say, well, 5 deep breaths is going to activate that parasympathetic nervous system, reducing the kind of the adrenaline response, that fight or flight response, bringing him back down to earth a little bit, controlling that aggression and getting his mind kind of set. And then all you've got to do is repeat that for 6 weeks, and that's it, done basically, guys. So remember that we're thinking about psychological skills here though. We're not thinking about helping them to improve first touch control or sprint speed or any of this. Again, we're focusing on the psychology. So guys, this is what I want you guys to start doing. I would expect you to have got they're probably down to about here, but hopefully made a start on what you actually want your client to do week 1. So that's your lesson for Monday. So that's Monday the 28th of March. I will be available via email, so if you're stuck or you need some help, then I will be on hand to support. Good luck guys, let me know if you need anything, and I will see you next week. Cheers now, bye.